everybody, I'm back with Kuso6rande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. Thank you again, Lizstar, for doing the raid here. I'm very glad that you're here. It's always a joy to have you, even though I think you're already left. Or turned into a lurker. It's okay, everybody. The internet lives off of lurkers, off of the blood of the lurker. Yeah. Pretty cool. Well, you know what else is cool? Video games. We've got one last match today. We've also got one match tomorrow, and then after that, I'm probably going to do some additional streaming. I'll try to decide what is appropriate. I do want to remind people, Big Bad Gameathon starts September 10th. It's coming up very soon, and we have a lot of people in the community playing games for that, so please make sure you check it out and get excited. Also, many thanks to all the people who have subscribed, who have donated, and who have helped support the channel. We're able to give out over $2,000 worth of prizes when we make it to the bracket, and also, I'm able to keep eating. Yeah, burritos. It's very important for a Kuso life. Well, it's true. You know, I am super happy. We're ending on a game that I don't know. There have been a lot of games that I just don't know here in Kuso6rande, and this is another one. But first, welcome on in our GM, Donkey Clonk, to share what we've got. Donkey Clonk, hey! Hello there, Donkey Clonk.
Hello.
I was doing the song for you, the Donkey Kong song. I stole it from Donkey Kong. So, yeah, welcome. You are now a plagiarist. You know, I apologize for plagiarisming. I can't even talk anymore. How you doing?
Just chilling today. It's a weekend and all.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I hope that you've been able to put your feet up and your tush down and kick back. Yeah, I feel like the game that's coming up, though, you know, if I were to take a vacation, this might be somewhere I'd like to go. Just looking at the box art here.
Oh yeah, we have another game that I give, which is featuring kangaroos.
I mean, not the first game today that has kangaroos, but yeah, this one, they're on the box art.
Yeah, this is Neighbours for Amiga, based on the daytime soap opera.
Based on a soap opera? We're getting a soap opera video game? Oh, I'm so happy. I don't know, like, soap operas, I feel like, you know, they were absolutely stupid when I was young, and now that I've grown up, I know they're stupid, but they're also so much better. Because then you can talk... Okay, so if anybody here is a wrestling fan, wrestling is basically sweaty man soap opera, okay? That's what it is. And soap operas are just non-sweaty man soap operas. That's about as good as I can get it as a description. Have you seen very many soap operas, Donkey Clonk?
I'm not really the target audience for those.
Yeah, neither am I. Well, I haven't seen a lot. That makes sense. I'll go ahead and work on getting everything captured and looking good for people here. We will be having this match in just a few minutes. The players playing through Neighbours, a game based off of an Australian soap opera. Was it popular? I don't know. Popular enough to be made into a video game, though.
Yeah, this was syndicated on BBC. It was popular in the UK, which is why it got a game. The soap opera is quite famous because Kylie Minogue was in it.
Who's that?
Kylie Minogue, pop singer, had a few hits.
Oh, okay. See, I was thinking like Nicki Minaj, Kylie Minogue. Maybe they're related. I don't know. That's about all I have. That's the quality commentary I've got for you, everybody. Yeah. Well.
And as Jack points out, Kylie Minogue played Cammy in the Street Fighter movie.
Oh, really? Cammy played Cammy?
Kylie.
Oh, Kylie played Cammy. Okay. I'm sorry I'm bad at this. I've also got some permanent hearing loss, so sometimes I can't quite tell what people say. So correcting me is fine. Making fun of me is a little bit fine. Fine. Well, everybody, this match is important for the players because it helps determine who is going to be making it to the 4th round as well as in the bracket. What are we looking at point-wise, Donkey Kong? How are they doing so far in the tournament?
Deep Freeze can afford to get second. Everyone else needs to get first.
So this is a very important match. Oh my gosh, 2 to 3 people eliminated by a soap opera. Nicki Minaj, how could you? Can't believe Nicki would go and kick people out of Kuso6rande. But you know, that's just how life goes. That's how it is. By the way, we have been doing predictions in chat for who will take a victory. One of the players on the left, one of the players on the right. So let me go ahead and bring them in so you can see the 4 players today. We've got Deep Freeze, Ritz Blues, Hey Magellan, and Izanagi Fabre. Yeah, I said that correctly. I'm pretty dang sure. Let me go ahead and turn the audio on so that we can hear this.
Yeah, Shatter's right and I was wrong. Ritz Blues also has 12 points and can get second.
Okay, so Ritz Blues and Deep Freeze have a little more flexibility. Hey Magellan and Izanagi on Fabre. Yeah. I'm gonna call you Izzy. Izzy and Hey Magellan need to take first place in order to move on. Okay, let me go ahead and check, see how the players are, and see if they are ready to roll. Okay, are they set? Are they good to play soap opera the game? Because I am. I'm ready for a soap opera. Okay, everybody, bring out the drama. Not like don't bring the drama to my chat, but bring out your stuff. Okay, it looks like the players are good to go, so we need some spam. What emotes would make good emotes?
Soaps, kangaroos, anything Australian, anything macaw, if you have that.
Oh, macaw as well. Did macaw play this? Oh wait, macaw's from Australia. Maybe. Okay. So as soon as I see movement in the first stage, I will start our timer. Or I suppose after they go to select Mike?
Yeah, I told players to play with 3 contestants.
Okay. Can they choose which skateboard they want?
Yes, they are free to choose skateboards. And if players miss a set of traffic cones, they need to go back. And you need to hold down the IC that Izanagi is missing the traffic cones, which means that no progress will count.
Yeah, essentially, if you don't go between them, it's like driving.
I really should have told the players that in chat. Hold on a moment.
They'll figure it out. I mean, you can tell them if you really want to, but I have faith that the players will figure out what the checkpoints are, and those traffic cones are definitely the checkpoints. See, Ritz Blues has already figured it out, which means everybody else will. And yeah, saying it right now would give a little bit of an advantage to other players other than Ritz Blues. Oh my gosh. Then again, it's so early on that I don't know. Okay. So here we go. Deep Freeze currently going back to the beginning of the game. The players have been informed, yes, traffic cones are absolutely necessary. Although this game, how does this control? Is this like tank controls?
Yeah, this is tank controls, but control is really too strong of a word for it. This is like RC Pro Am, except they forgot the C in RC stands for control.
Magellan is game over. Oh my gosh. This is not good. I mean, I'm enjoying it, but this is very much not good. So I assume you have to come in at least third in order to make progress from the first level?
I honestly have no idea, because Garby tested it and I never got past the first level.
Oh no.
So progress will be based on how many cones they will get past before they get a game over.
Yeah, I think also, like, tracking the number of laps at the bottom right is probably the best way currently, just to get a visual gauge. If anybody gets more than one lap, then that is a significant amount of progress. Oh, this is not good. Yeah, players have to get at least second place to progress, but for Eason and Hey Magellan, they both have to get first to progress. Ritz Blues and Deep Freeze have enough points that they can afford second place here.
No, Garby says that you need to get second place in the game to move on to the next stage.
Okay, so you have to beat two of the other three racers. Well, that is not reassuring. Oh my gosh. Everybody is trying to murder you. I mean, that might happen in the soap opera.
It's Australia. Everything is trying to kill you in Australia.
Yeah, but I'm used to more like snakes and spiders, not like ladies with rolling pins. I don't know. It's complicated. There we go. 2 players are currently on lap 2. I think KM may be right that watching the score might be one of the better indicators for generally how far they've made it through a level, although I think there are some collectibles.
Yeah, there are collectibles that give you a score.
Yeah, so it's not a perfect indicator, but it's a general indicator to see how far the players have made it.
Yeah, I expect this to go to replays to see how many gates people passed.
Okay, so yeah, as a matter of fact, this was an Australian television soap opera broadcast on the 7 network in 18th of March 1985 originally is when it started. Apparently became big enough that various places in the world, I don't know if it ever made it over to the US, but various places got to experience the show here. How much skateboarding happened in it? Well, I don't know, but apparently, let me see if there is a main plot here. It frequently focused on family problems, intergenerational clashes, school problems, romances, and domestic issues. Okay. It also covered basically every sort of drama that you can have, it has addressed. Oh my gosh, this is... Oh, KM is saying it's been going on so long that apparently it's hit all of the plot points. Okay, let's see. IMDb, do you have a good plot summary? Let's see what you've got. Come on, you can load. You can load. I know the internet's being dumb, but IMDb, you don't have to be dumb for me. Come on, I need the info. I need the deets. At least the game over music is great in this game. I can say that.
Yeah, the title music is also the theme from the TV show. but the high school music is original.
Heck yeah, we've got some good original music here. Oh my gosh.
So players have a choice in skateboards. They can choose the default skateboard, which oversteers horribly, or they can choose the fast skateboard, which understeers horribly. And if they choose this fast skateboard, all of your competitors will also go faster, because this game has horrible rubber band AI. Pretty much, if you let one of your opponents go off screen, you already lost the race.
Oh, yeah. I definitely could see that. Like Ritz, the race is lost. Might as well keep trying, but...
Yeah, that was the reason I gave players the full manual, so that they know what the reset key is.
So here are some of the various pieces of Neighbours soap opera history that are important, I feel. And by I feel, I mean based off of this website that I clicked on. There were characters called Stonefish, Toadfish, Stingray, and Tadpole. Yeah, they were all siblings and cousins. Those are amazing names. There was one... Oh, no. Racism warning here. There was a point where Julie accused her Chinese neighbors of eating her dog. Holy crap. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. There was a tornado that hit Erinsborough. Apparently, most of the neighborhood for the family in the show, they all got on the same plane, which then crashed. Can you just imagine? Oh my gosh. Okay. Zeke goes missing and is kidnapped by a man who believes he's his dad's son. Yeah, probably not a good thing. Then apparently somebody had an evil son. Robert Robinson was one of the best villains to ever hit Erinsborough. One of Paul and Gail's triplets. He was a straight up nut, arriving like literally a psychopath, and arriving in the suburb posing as his brother Cameron, who he sent into a coma. He's tried to kill his dad and murder everyone, basically. Plants a bomb that apparently kills a few people. Tries to gas his father's girlfriend, Izzy Hoyland. Cuts up a secret recording to convince his dad Izzy was flirting with him, and subsequently breaks them up. Plants a bomb in his sister Ellie's car. Holy crap, he's like Joker +5. Okay, there's a woman in the show who gets amnesia and thinks she's 16. That's just Twin Peaks, Someone returns from the dead. The guy who found Jesus the day of his wedding. What? They were about to get married when, bam, Mark looks at a statue of Jesus. The camera zooms in on Jesus, then on Mark's sweaty face, and suddenly he decides then and there that he absolutely must become a priest and therefore can't marry Annalise. The day of the wedding, he looks at a statue of Jesus and then is like, I have to be celibate. Can you imagine that? Wife, Jesus, which one? And there we go, he made his choice.
And this is not even a Brazilian soap opera.
No, the Brazilian ones actually are not quite as wild. They tend to be like more sensible storylines. How about this? Mark dumps Stephanie mid-wedding for her sister. Yeah. In the middle of a wedding, dumped the bride to be with the bride's sister. That's not okay. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's pretty yikes.
Wow. That is amazing. Oh, apparently D Bliss dies and then returns as an evil doppelganger? What? Okay, so D Bliss and Toady Rebecca drive off into the sunset after their wedding, only to have their car fly off a cliff and for D to go missing. And then apparently, Toady video chats his wife Sonia, thinking she's cheated on him for reasons that honestly, who cares right now? Anyway, then he manages to mess up closing the video chat. So Sonia gets an eyeful of Toady cheating on her. And then he discovers a passport that says Andrea Summers, confronts fake D about it, who admits that, yes, she is not his long-lost wife who drowned. So there's a fake wife who comes back. Interesting.
Yeah, soap operas are up there with comics books in dead people coming back to life.
Yeah. There is one character they sent on a cruise and she just never came back. And I don't think they even talked about it. She's just gone. There is a dog that has an entire dream sequence. Ooh, okay. Someone is kidnapped by Ecuadorian rebels. There's someone who becomes a nun for a little while. That's okay. We had somebody... yeah. Apparently there was a bomb at a wedding. Miscarriage. Susan miscarries her daughter's surrogate baby, and her son-in-law doesn't realize because he's listening to his iPod. Oh, just all of the plot. Remember, the game that we're watching right here, this is all happening live. This is all the drama. You know, you see all the characters here, like the dog. He's probably part of the dream sequence. Yeah. Okay. So there was a singer in the show. Delta Goodrem was in at least one episode, but her entire presence was just to essentially announce, hey, I've got a new single, and she sang it in the show. They did a live release, not live, they did a soap opera release of a song. So that's cool. Holy cow. I feel like I've learned a lot today, Donkey Clonk.
Yeah, and I think Kylie Minogue was brought up for this show to make records because Stock, Aitken and Waterman were huge producers, songwriters. They called themselves a hit factory who could just take anyone off the streets and release a hit record for them. And they were the ones that composed, for example, Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. That is a very typical song for the Stock, Aitken and Waterman sound.
Okay, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
it's like the guy who made Rebecca Black's music. He could take anybody and turn them into a star immediately.
Yeah, and that's not the only one that had a hit single from the soap opera. There was also Jason Donovan, who I don't even know who played, but he also had a UK hit single from the same songmakers.
Amazing. Okay, I'm refreshing everybody's stream because we were getting a little buffering here.
Oh, Izanagi. I think Izanagi beat the stage. He can't have had this much score.
Wait, really? We had somebody finish a race? I mean, it wasn't beating the race since you have to come in second at least, but still, that is really good.
No, this is definitely a different stage for Izanagi.
Okay. Oh, so in this game, what you're doing is you take the role of a detective. No, this isn't the same one. There's a different Neighbours Amiga video game out there. But that one, you take the role of a detective trying to compile enough evidence to get Paul Robinson arrested. Oh, that's cool. He's like the guy who tried to murder literally everyone. I love it.
I didn't even know about that game.
Yeah, there's this other Neighbours game that we're watching right now, set in the Ramsay Street universe of the Australian soap opera. You play Scott Robinson riding his skateboard in races against between 1 and 4 fellow characters. Mike Young, Charlene Ramsey in a go-kart. Of course she gets a go-kart. Her brother Henry on a lawnmower, and Matt Robinson on motorcycle. The 8 races take in Ramsey Street, the Lassiter's Complex, Erinsborough High School, and Anson's Corner. There are 3 boards available, 2 on the Spectrum. I guess it also came on the Spectrum. Cool. Trading top speed off against maneuverability. I guess trying out the various skateboards would probably be a good choice here. Okay. Gameplay involves guiding your craft through a series of gates. Yeah, we already got that idea. There are hazards including kangaroos, emos, and other Australian animals. Bouncer the dog, grotty old Mrs. Mangle, and traffic bollards. Okay, contact with any of these costs you time and popularity, which is reflected in a Neighbours logo, fading out along the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, you don't have a life gauge, you have a popularity gauge.
Yeah, so you cannot win the race if your popularity runs out. Collecting litter, however, will make your popularity go back up. So all of the trash you see around, that makes you popular because you become the trash man. Like you're becoming Danny DeVito here, okay? More trash you collect, more Danny DeVito you are, and the more people like you. There we go. Ritz doing a little bit of a loop-de-loop in order to get through some of these traffic cones. Like, I'm not sure. Maybe the other races are just really fast, but I definitely never see any of them.
The controls are just so bad. You can't really tell from just watching the game, but oh my word, I hated testing this.
The company that made this, by the way, also made quality games like Ed the Duck. That looks like a generic platformer, maybe? I'm not completely sure. I don't really care to find out either. A hockey game, a soccer game, Round the Ben, with an exclamation point at the end. This appears to also be based off of some show. And hey, that actually looks like it might be a little bit fun. It might be like an adventure platformer. And I can always dig those, you know? Adventure-y platforming, it's good stuff. So it was developed by Impulse, but published by Zeppelin Games. Which, by the way, is still making video games. Was up until 2015 when NASCAR 2015 came out. They did make plenty of other games like Big Mother Truckers. Yep.
I think we've definitely had Zeppelin games on Kuso6rande before, I think.
For sure, yeah.
Count Dacula was a Zeppelin one.
Ah, gotcha. Count Duckula, good one. They also made Master Blaster, not to be confused with Blaster Master. They made a go-kart simulator. Who would have guessed? Bionic Ninja. Ooh, Spaghetti Western Simulator. That sounds fun. A Star Wars game for the Atari. Yeah. As a matter of fact, oh my gosh, they worked on some port of a Star Wars game that I actually think is fairly fine, although it's probably not a good version. Let's see. Blinky's Scary School, that's cool. Fred. They made a game called Fred? Oh, that is the most horrifying box art I have ever seen, okay? Everybody, go ahead and put the B from earlier out of your mind, because we are getting Fred up here, who may actually be scarier than the B. Oh, this is horrifying. Okay. Here you go. What you dreamed of, everybody. Don't blame me. Don't blame... Who are you gonna blame? I mean, look at this guy's eyes, okay? Look at them. Look at them. He just wants to romance you in the best ways possible. Yeah, he is in love. He is in love with you. It's like Napoleon Dynamite drew this. Good job.
Yeah, that's some quality box art.
It's hideous. I love it.
I think Ritz Blues is in second. He got a pretty good score last run.
Very nice. Yeah, all of the players are doing pretty good pushes here. Oh my gosh. Then again, companies over in the UK, you know, I love when they make games based off of local stories, local media, and, you know, release it locally so that, you know, their little piece of culture is shared. Even though this has, like, literally nothing to do with Neighbours.
And no, this one wasn't local. This was a UK software house.
I mean, UK, like, it was shown in the UK. The show was shown in the UK, so local for you. If it was made in Japan for a show that nobody in Japan watched, then it wouldn't be. Never mind. I'm just making stuff up. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ooh. They also made a game called Wolfsbane, the publisher here, and it's got a good title screen. Definitely a werewolf game. Ooh, I like me a good werewolf. Interesting. I might have to look at that one a little closer because that looks like it could be potentially fun. I assume that this company did make some fun games, though, right? 007 Racing for the PlayStation. They made that.
Oh, this is really close to... Yeah, that was close to the end for Ritz Blues there.
How about MTV Pimp My Ride? They worked on that. I believe they were called Technics by that point.
Oh, yeah. I saw that on the Mystery Reject tournament.
Oh, no. Well, that's probably not a good sign. They did make Ride to Hell Retribution. Never mind. This company. Let's go ahead and forget about them. Thank you, Zeppelin Games, that later became Eutechnics. Yeah, they have made a lot of bad games. Ride to Hell Retribution, by the way, is going to be in Big Bad Game-a-thon. Definitely is going to be worth a watch and probably not a playthrough. And yeah, they made The Legend bad video game. This is the company. This is before... Although I think we can see some similarities between this game and Ride to Hell Retribution. Mostly it exists.
Well, it is. You ride something and another game is hell.
Yeah, that's also true. Oh my gosh. What? We still have 35 minutes left of this game, Donkey Kong. Help! Wait, Codeman, you're saying it was in last year's BBG? Isn't it in this upcoming year? I feel like we reviewed... I don't know. It's not in this year's BBG? Okay, never mind. I'm just getting flashbacks, I guess. It was in last year's BBG. So guess what? You no longer have a reason to watch Big Bad Game-a-thon. That's a lie. You always have a reason to watch. Oh my gosh. The lack of sound. I'm glad that sometimes you're invincible in the game, but that's usually after you fall down on your butt.
I think that might be a deep freeze problem, because there were definitely sound effects in the game earlier.
Well, no, I hear sound effects. They're just not inspiring. You know, we get bark, bark, bark. We get beep. We get another beep.
As well.
Boing, boing, boing. Oh, that's the kangaroo sound. I thought it was a pig or something. It sounded more like oinking than boinging. Oh, baby. Well, hey, Magellan, going back to the Australia button. Yeah. I'm glad that, like, your cursor has the entire continent of Australia attached to it, you know? Helps me know that you're really there. If you become too unpopular, you die in this game, says Belloween, and that is correct. It's true up until you actually grow a personality. Doggy. Hey, Magellan, crashing a lot. Oh my gosh. Okay, surfers. Why are there surfers in the middle of this place? I don't know. Where in Australia is this? Is it by the coast? Is it in the middle?
Good question. I'm not more familiar with the show than you.
Okay, so it's supposed to be location. Okay, original network, blah blah blah. Coastal. Okay, apparently it is coastal, so it makes sense to have snowboard the water boarders, the surfers, those guys. Yeah, makes sense to have them there. Also, yeah, I agree with chat that basically if there is any sort of place resembling civilization, it is along the coast. What? Ramsey Street, Erinsborough. Okay. Wait, there's a new series, apparently, relatively new. Neighbours, Erinsborough High. So there's a high school soap opera for this series as well. It's amazing to me. I love, like, I don't like when good shows last forever, but when some, like, average shows last for decades, it kind of is endearing to me. You know, just because soap operas are most commonly very camp. Okay, so apparently, specifically, Erinsborough is a fictional suburb. Let's see. There's also the Waterhole Herald Store, Lassiter's Hotel, and then the high school. It was originally going to be named Erinsfield, but this is a loose anagram of Neighbours. Thank you, Erinsborough, for being an anagram. Okay. Throughout much of the show's run, it was not stated which city of Australia it was located in. However, yeah, the rivalry between Sydney and Melbourne meant that scripts did not mention that Erinsborough was a suburb of the latter city, Melbourne, Australia, until 1994. That's right, it took 9 years for them to reveal, is it Sydney or is it Melbourne? Sydney or Melbourne? Sydney or Melbourne? Hey, Melbourne wins! Congrats, you get a soap opera, Melbourne!
I wouldn't call that much of a victory, really.
I want a soap opera. I don't have a soap opera. For Carol Z, that's where Macaw lives. Maybe, you know, maybe Macaw can go, you know, see the sights. Figure out where this fictional suburb would be. I don't know. Maybe we can all just fly together as a Kuso6rande like world tour, go to Melbourne, and then forget why we're there, and then go see some kangaroos because they're cute. And then, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's going to be fun. You can also, like, go to Lester the Unlikely's Island and then get caught and go to prison. Yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. You want to go on a Kuso journey with me, Donkey Clonk?
Anytime.
Ah, yeah. Where would you want to go first?
Somewhere that's not Australia.
Somewhere that's not... Oh, why not Australia?
Because everything in Australia is trying to kill you.
That's fine. Like, even though they're trying to kill you, you just gotta wear pants. If you wear pants, 80% of the danger's gone, okay? You're wearing shorts, though. Everything will bite your legs, and you're just done. You're done for. Never wear shorts in Australia. And if you don't like pants, just wear parachute pants. They're still pants, but they're at least baggy around the legs, and so you can, you know, I don't know. I think it would be airy. It would help, keep your legs feeling a breeze without removing the protection. I've never worn parachute pants. I don't know. Okay, so anywhere but Australia. I say we could go to New York to see about 50% of the games that are on Kuso6rande.
Oh, Izanagi discovered that it's enough. Wow, he got third and still managed to get to the next stage.
Wow. Wait, we're on stage 2?
Yeah, this is stage 2 for Izanagi.
Okay, it looks the same as stage 1 to me, but maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, there are 4 different tracks according to the manual, and you also have to do them backwards because this is an RC Pro-Am clone.
Ah, yeah, gotta go backwards. Okay, so this is just backwards stage 1. Oh my gosh, we're on stage 1 Mirror World. No, you keep running into the gutter. You can't drive over the gutter. The gutter, that's where skateboards go to die.
No.
And the manhole's where children go to die. Oh, jeez.
And Izanagi got stuck on the geometry and took at least 4 hits because this is a quality game.
Yeah. Izanagi is saying this is what hell must feel like, and yeah. Hey Magellan says, I give this game 1 out of 5 Grundies. I don't want a third Grundy. Gotta be honest, not a fan of the Grundies. It sounds like a Dundee. Like from The Office, okay? Michael Scott giving out the Dundies at the Chili's. Seriously, great episode. If there's one episode that you should watch, it's all of them. Like, at least the first 4 or 5 seasons, Wait, Donkey Kong, I still haven't seen the UK Office. Have you seen it?
A few scattered episodes.
I hear it's pretty good. And it's only like a season long, so it's really fast to get through. It's like an anime, okay? They realized they didn't have to overstay their welcome. Just make a season, and then they're done.
Yeah, that's the way a lot of the UK shows are.
I wish we had more of that here in the US, but no. You go through effort to make a show, and then suddenly it's The Simpsons, and they're on their... Oh my gosh, I was watching an episode of The Simpsons last night from the 9th season, and they kept being like, 9 seasons in, how do they continue being funny? And I'm like, you don't even know, man. You don't even know, Troy McClure. Okay, what has become of The Simpsons? It was really funny watching that episode retrospectively and being like, if only this were the end, because it would have ended on a high note. Oh, apparently it's 2 to 3 seasons. Whatever. KN, that's basically 1 season. 2 to 3 seasons, it's 1 season. I don't know, like, shows that last more than 3 seasons start feeling like they're long, but if they're shorter than 3 seasons, it feels like they're over in an instant. They're so short. Anyways, that's my assessment. US, you do not have to turn every show that's made into an eternal blood-sucked franchise, okay? Things are allowed to end. They're allowed to be done. Carol Z, have I seen
this?
this?
A heartbreak for Ritz Blues. He could see the finish line there.
Oh, that is a little bit rough. Oh no, Carol Z asking if I've seen the semi-recent Simpsons esports episode. I don't want to hear those words together. Please.
But that also means that Ritz Blues is in second and is one of the people that could move on with second.
That's pretty good. Yeah, Ritz definitely holding on to second at this point. But this game is brutal. Absolutely difficult. Just, it's not that the computers are necessarily good. It's just that if they're off screen, it seems like they almost never run into anything. They just zoom on over. And so if you fall behind, you might be doomed.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. You do not want to have your opponent go off screen. That is pretty much you have already lost.
There we go. Ritz is right behind this opponent. I love it. They can just go through the cones, but you can't. That's great.
Yeah, your opponent can clip through cones. Because this is not... this is a pretty miserable game experience, really.
Yeah, this is a game that I would say if they gave it out for free, it might be okay.
I think this was a budget title, so it costs slightly less than other Amiga games, but still.
I was gonna say, if it costs less than free, I'd buy that in a heartbeat. Because it means I'm getting the money. Because it's less than free. Haha. My gosh, sometimes it looks like one of the players goes through the traffic cones, but just doesn't manage to actually trigger them. Get the lights to go off.
Yeah, the hit detection on everything is pretty terrible.
I love that Izan in Discord is saying, not gonna lie, it's getting me mad. I can completely understand this. This is probably a game that nobody expected to ever play more than, maybe 5 to 10 minutes in a row. And if you do, then you are probably extremely bored and just finding something to fill the time, not even caring if it's entertaining. You just need that time filled because nothing is happening. Nobody is coming to visit. Your parents are out for the weekend and you don't have any other games. You're just stuck with Neighbours. And so of course you're going to play it because you're not just going to sit around. Okay, sitting around is boring. And then finally you play enough of this game and you're like, I'm just going to sit around. So you sit around and then you're like, no, I need some sort of mental stimulation. So you put Neighbours on again. And it's just absolutely the worst weekend possible that you can have because you're playing Neighbours for an hour and you hate life. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the target audience for this game is parents who would pick something up from the store and seeing a game on the shelf with a name they would recognize and wouldn't want to give people violent games, would they?
The target audience, well, I mean, considering how many people got killed in the anime Neighbours, it's already fairly violent.
It's even more brutal than the Neighbours manga.
I know. Why did they throw in all that extra gore, as well as that weird Jesus moment at the wedding? Oh, one of my favorite things about anime and manga is that they don't know how to do subtle Christian imagery, and I love it. It's hilarious whenever they try to use any sort of Christian imagery because it's like, hey, let's go ahead and take this giant hammer and bash it over your head. Like literally in one of the seasons of JoJo, there's somebody who dies by having a giant stone cross fall on him as he sacrificed his life in order to help save somebody. It was dumb. And I laughed so much when that happened. Freaking Caesar. I love Caesar, but Caesar, stupid imagery. Okay?
Oh, that reminds me how in Xenogears the players' mechs get crucified, including the mascot character.
Oh, for who?
The mascot character for Xenogears.
Oh, he literally gets crucified? Okay.
Yes, Choo-Choo died for your sins.
Yeah, that's... If you're trying to make anything with Christian imagery, you can't crucify someone. You're missing the point there. I'm not Christian. I used to be. I used to consider myself Christian, but... Even, like, I know, that's not okay. If you're wanting to make fun of it, though, like Life of Brian, then I guess go for it.
Also, I don't see what the point would be in crucifying a mech.
Well, I mean, it can come back to life with a little work. Maybe it's a mech that turns water into wine. I don't know. I don't know what the mech does. When it's anime doing Christian imagery, you crucify everyone. That's basically it, Raditz. Yeah. But then again, I imagine when we're doing anything over here in the US and anybody tries to make any sort of other religious imagery that isn't their religion, it probably fails a lot. Especially if they don't consult somebody who is from that religion. And I don't want to think about the mistakes we've made in the US when it comes to that. Oh my gosh, Deep Freeze is just trying to die so that he can start over. That's fair enough.
I gave players the manual. The manual says has the keys for restarting. You can pause the game and press Q.
Well, that requires reading. I love it. Okay. Yeah, so left. If you push left, your skateboard turns left. If you push right, your skateboard turns right. If you push backwards, you decelerate. Is there acceleration?
It's a fire button, which is not stated in the manual because
so
quality.
Dumb. That is so dumb. Okay. All the special obstacles not only cause havoc for Scott, but also for all of the other race opponents, but I would say especially for Scott. So the 4 different areas in this game, Ramsey Street is all that we've seen, and probably all that we will see for this race, although Izan in the bottom right might be able to make a little bit more progress. But there's also the Lassiter's Complex, Erinsborough High, and Anson's Corner.
I don't think they made the effort to put more than one tile set in the game, actually.
Oh. Are you serious? Oh, come on. If you're going to have different locations, they have to look different. What's the point of having them if they're not different?
See, but you mess up your controls so that players can't beat level 1.
Yeah. Honestly, the control scheme is really bad. Like, tank controls are almost acceptable when the camera is following you. Like, I'd say that Bubsy 3D almost got acceptable tank controls because the camera would actually stay behind you. But top-down, never. Never use tank controls for a top-down game. Unless you have a really good reason. But you're making a game based off of a soap opera, okay? Do not try to innovate. Do not try to do something that has failed people over and over again, okay? Just make a normal video game. Make something mediocre. Because this is mediocre except for the controls.
The controls are truly awful. I think you have 16 ways that you can go in, and you don't really make smooth turns. You go at one of the 16 specific angles.
Ritz is making a fantastic push, by the way. Holy crap. Missed those two. That's fine. Not a huge deal. He is still significantly ahead of the other racers in his particular race. He may be able to get to the second one, which is the same course but backwards. Skater Die pretty much use tank controls, Marurun. Okay. I remember playing Skater Die when I was a kid, or at least trying to, but I could not figure out how to control. And if it's tank controls, well,
yeah,
there we go.
Rich
That's the reason.
Moves on to level 2.
Oh my gosh, his face. He looks terrified. Like, hey, I won. Did it. Oh, moving on. Fantastic Scott. Is that better than a great Scott? That was a good one. That was a good one. Oh, give it. Gotta give me props for that. Silence. Nothing but silence on the Western Front, as well as in chat. Come on, chat. You thought I was funny, right? Did my stream die?
Sorry, were you trying to make a joke?
Oh my gosh, I am 5 times offended. Wow. Okay, now chat is talking. Legitimate, like, I looked down and I saw that I had some drop frames, and I'm like, maybe it actually did die at that time. That would have been sad. But also probably the most appropriate way for the stream to die. Everybody, we have 12 minutes left.
And I'm not sure who is in first now of Izanagi and Ritz. I didn't really keep track of how far Izanagi got into level 2.
Honestly, you know, let's keep watching and see.
Lap 2 of level 2.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. Do you happen to know if level 2 is more difficult? Have you ever made it to level 2?
No, I didn't make it to level 2 when I tested it. Garby did.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Garby. Thank you for the big fat follow. I mean, the follow from Big Fat. Always appreciated to have more people here. Ah, yeah. Ooh, Ritz Blues just got run over by a car. You hate to see that happen, you know? So there's actually lore for the car. And as it turns out, there are various cars, but there's only lore for one car. I'm not sure which car this is. But yeah, it says in the manual, Des is late for work at the bank and will tend to pull out without looking where he's going. Yep. Okay, that's pretty cool. Oh, interesting. Apparently in the selection screen, there's a blanket that can cover or uncover additional obstacles, and you had them pull it back, right, to include the kangaroo in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So one thing that you want to do is just win the races. Literally all that's happening in this game.
Yeah. Second seems to be not in last seems to be the condition, which is why I choose 3 races, because more races will cause lag.
Okay, that makes sense. Does lag help?
No, because it lags the controls as well.
I mean, I feel like I would prefer a little lag in my crappy skateboarding game. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. You know? I can deal with having to push a control like 5 seconds ahead of time. Having to push the control like a frame or two after getting warning, is much more difficult for me. Give me the extremely tight or the extremely laggy experience, and I'll be able to do it every time. Oh my gosh, Ritz, you just crashed into the lawnmower friend. I think they tried to go down and immediately plowed into you. Probably chopped off your leg too. How are you even running a skateboard? You only got one leg. Oh, maybe you got a biotic leg. It is a soap opera. That's very possible. I hate the sound that the kangaroos make because it doesn't sound right at all. It sounds like a pig. And kangaroo pigs, I don't like them. Are kangaroos related to pigs? Probably not.
Kangaroos aren't really related to anything. Oh, that's... Yeah. Which came in not last, and they is on to level 2 again.
Oh, really? Okay, you can come in third and move on.
Yes, not last seems to be the contention.
Not last. Well, everybody, 2 players, possibly 3, will be eliminated. Hey Magellan and Deep Freeze are definitely the ones struggling with this game the most. Although, all you need is one good push. If any of these players get one good push, they could move into first. Now, if Izan and Ritz Blues manage to stay in the places they are in currently, that is, if Izan manages to take first and Ritz Blues second, then both of them will be moving on. If Ritz Blues passes Izan, which may have happened before, I'm not completely sure, if that happens, then only Ritz will move on.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who is in first of Izanagi and Ritz Blues, because Ritz Blues made it to lap 2 of level 2.
Yep, he's currently on lap 2 right now as well. Game over. Yeah, you're not popular enough, kiddo. You're dead. You got so unpopular, they killed you. Rough. Oh my gosh. Oink, 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 oink.
Well, oink is almost a boink.
Yeah. Almost. Okay, so they're kangaroos, Des Clark's car, Todd Landers and his RC car. Thank you, Todd Landers. Building bricks, just leaving bricks all over the road. Gotta watch out for those. Brad Willis and his surfboard. Brad? Of course it's a freaking Brad who's surfing. Would be a Brad. Okay, open manhole covers, emus, Bouncer the dog, best dog. I'll go ahead and forgive him for all the murders. Helen Daniels complete with latest masterpiece. Oh yeah, there is the lady carrying an artwork. She's carrying a hefty art. Okay. There's Mrs. Mangle and Rolling Pin. Yeah. Jogging Harold Bishop. Rubble Paul Robinson and his briefcase. Okay. Toby Mangle on a space hopper. What the crap is a space hopper? Does anybody know what a space hopper is? I don't know. There's also Mrs. Mangle in her lollipop lady outfit. Joe Mangle's van. Doug Willis. Caroline and Christina Alessi. And many, many more. I actually feel like they named more than actually exist. So I'm not convinced.
And I don't think we've seen the space hopper, whatever that is.
That might be in a future level. Space. Oh yeah, I know the space hoppers. I hate them. Ugh. I also hate Googling space hopper because it turns out that there's a nightmare version that's out that looks like a demonic, a satanic hopper. Which might actually be a better option.
Oh yeah, it's one of those rubber ball thingies. There was a Commodore 64 game called Hopper Copper where you're a policeman, police officer riding one of those, and it was not interesting enough for Kuso.
Say that title again. Say that title again.
Hopper Copper.
I like it. That is amazing. But yeah, this is the picture that I find when I look for Space Hopper. And let me just say, like, Demonic Goat was not going to be my aesthetic for a toy. But you know what? I'm all for it. I need more demonic things every once in a while, you know? Other people would prefer a satanic hopper. Same. It's better than the oh my gosh. It just looks awkward. I don't know if I want horns between my legs. Maybe. It depends on the day. Anyways, we've got 3 minutes left for this match. Who's gonna win? I don't know. Who's gonna lose? Also, wow. Actually, Deep Freeze and Hey Magellan. Although I'd say after playing this game, maybe they will be happy to not be in this tournament anymore because this game is dumb.
Yeah, I did say in a match chat, this is a mean pick, and it is.
Yeah, it's difficult, but also it's both absolutely terrible and mediocre at the same time, and I don't it's very difficult to be both. But it is. They just nailed it on the head here. I think I'd rather play Christopher Robin's freaking baseball than this game. Which, mind you, I've made it all the way to Christopher Robin, but he smoked me, absolutely destroyed me. There's no getting past him, okay?
R.I.P. Flash. You had some moments.
Okay, Hey Magellan is dead. Deep Freeze trying to push through. Okay, Deep Freeze onto the second lap. There's just not enough time, is there? Yeah, we've got Heppel on ease on screen. Wait, that's actually one of the default score names? That's dumb. That's not even a name. Lots of F's on that score. Ritz and Izon are just kicking back and relaxing, and I can't necessarily blame you. Now, the thing is, Izon has a higher score on the top 10 scores here.
Yeah, but progress is the number of gates.
It's true, and I don't know who made more.
Yeah, this will need to go to replays. But it's definitely Brits Blues and Izanagi in first and second, but we don't know yet who is who.
Oh, Ritz also has a higher score? What's the higher score? Ritz
has 9,850.
Oh, that is higher than Izon. Okay. Definitely would need to review how many gates they got through. I'm sorry, apparently one is less than 8. I forgot numbers. Everybody, Kuso6rande has ruined me. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and stop being ruined all the time. Because that is time. We're done with this game. And I think that is for the best. Ooh, baby. Deep Freeze and Hey Magellan unfortunately appear to be both eliminated. They did not beat the first race as far as I could tell. Izon and Ritz Blues both did, but who made more progress in the race? I'm not sure. Because if Ritz came in first, then he is the only one moving on. If Izon came in first, then both Ritz and Izon will be moving on. I feel like let's go ahead and invite Ritz to come and chat. Okay, so how do you feel that they did, Donkey Kong?
This is a very frustrating game, and I didn't get to level 2 testing it. So, seeing 2 players get to level 2 is that is good performance.
Yeah. Okay, I'm bringing Ritz in. Hello there, Ritz. Welcome.
Hey, thank you very much for this game.
Okay, we can hear you loud and clear now. Yeah, this was not a good game.
No, it was not.
Okay, so here's the deal. You either came in first or second. Either way, you are definitely taking the victory here. Or no, not necessarily taking the victory, but you for sure are moving on. I've been saying Izan this entire time, and it's probably not the correct pronunciation. How would you say it?
I mean, it's from Japanese, so it's Izanagi, but speaking in Spanish, it's Izanagi. Like,
okay.
It's not that much. So Izan for English people, I don't know, maybe?
Basically say however. I've been saying Izan.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same, so never mind.
Cool. So you are... it's a coin flip whether or not you're going to be moving on, because if you took first, then both you and Ritz Blues move on. If you took second, then only Ritz Blues moves on per the scoring here. Like, Ritz Blues is safe. It's just you that we're going to have to go and review. But you still were the first one to make it to stage 2.
Okay, then that's pretty amazing, to be fair.
I'd say so. So go ahead and talk to me about this game.
It was not fun and not pleasant at all.
Yeah, Ritz Blues was saying that as well. What really sucked about this, Ritz?
The fact that you could essentially die by hitting too many things, the fact that sometimes the cones wouldn't register, that every little thing killed you, and the controls, like trying to figure out the best board is about almost 10 minutes worth of like the run, just figuring out what board works best for you.
Did you figure out which one worked?
Oh yeah, the first board.
The first board,
totally.
Okay.
The first board was the best one, totally.
Yeah, okay, so you both figured that out. Well, good. Was there anything redeemable about this at all?
I mean, once you memorize it, it becomes kind of playable.
Okay.
Yes, I think that the first stage, I played it so many times that I almost got first place even. So
I got all 3 places at least once on it. So yeah. So
but I couldn't get to the second stage that many times to even memorize the layout. So it's pretty annoying. It's pretty annoying.
I know I made it to lap 2 of stage 2, and I made it kind of maybe about 75% of the way through the second lap.
Yeah, you made it significantly.
Made it dead last on that each time, though. So.
Yeah, my biggest question was if Izan made it to the second lap of stage 2. I don't remember if you did.
I actually got to the second lap of the second stage, and I got dead last right before the end. So I don't know what spot exactly, but I know it was pretty deep into the lap.
That's always exciting for me when we don't know very clearly who won. Unfortunately, it's for a very unexciting game. Like, here's the deal. Like, I was saying that this game is somehow both terrible and mediocre at the same time. And it's very hard for games to be both of those. But I feel like this is, like, a prime example of a game that does.
I mean, if we had to mention one thing that was cool, I would say the main menu theme.
The music.
It was like really a really good jam.
Oh yeah, I thought it was great music. Unfortunately, we didn't hear too much of it. We heard a lot of boing.
So Kate made a judgment in the match chat. Izanagi is first, so both Isa and Ritz move on.
Congratulations, and I'm so sorry.
Congratulations.
Your suffering is not over.
Yeah, many my sentiments. Exactly. No. I want to say thank you to Deep Freeze as well as Hey Magellan for working on playing this game, and congratulations, you're free from the torment that is Kuso6rande. Izan and Ritz, you get to come back at least once more.
I gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting to get this far on my first Kuso6rande.
You never really know how you're going to play until you enter it for your first time, you know? There are some people who, you know, never having played before, they jump in and it just really clicks with them, you know, picking up games on the spot. Other people, like me, struggle. I definitely have a bit more of a hard time, and like I've gotten better over the years that I've tried to play games for the first time, but it still is something that I'm always angry when other people can do it better, which is most people. I think that's all that we have for today. Izan, is there anything that you would like to plug?
First of all, thank you thanks you, Kate, for managing with me, because I'm having a marathon in another stream. So I had one game this match, and now I'm having to go to another setup to the same marathon. It's like a BBG, but in Spanish.
Spanish BBG, I love it.
So I had to run Charlie's Angels, and now I'm going to run Garfield Kart. So it's going to be pretty good.
I know both of those. Well, awesome. What channel is that on?
Speedruns Espanol, it's called.
Twitch.tv/speedrunsespanol. I'll just go ahead and pull it up and see if I can find it. Yeah, it's right there. And they're playing Alf right now. Okay, we might have to go raid them. Okay, what about you, Ritz? Have anything to plug?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for Big Bad Game-a-thon in a couple of weeks.
Yeah!
Super excited about that. Got Sabor in, and I got, Super Back to the Future 2. Those are going to be fantastic games.
Yeah.
The whole marathon's going to be
hard.
super fun.
Oh, I'm so excited. It starts September 10th, Big Bad Game-a-thon. I'm finished with most of my setup for that. Now I just got to practice. Well, let's go ahead and raid Speedruns Espanol, because they've got Alf for Yeah, it's so much fun. Do we have a good raid message?
Other than the Alf, if you have this. If you have the sub.
Oh. Do I have an Alf emote?
Oh, I don't know if the server... I know the server does, but I guess maybe... I didn't look on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, if you are subbed, spam some Alf emotes. Otherwise, you can go Book of Alf.
There you go.
Yeah, that is the phrase that you can use. Okay, everybody, I will see you tomorrow for our match at 2 p.m. Eastern. After that, I will either be practicing Big Bad Game-a-thon or playing something that I want to. Take care, Donkey Klonk, Izan, and Ritz Blues.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And it's been a pleasure.
Yeah! Bye!
Bye-bye.